So let's go then to Samkele Maseko, who's going to be giving us an update on the re-election of Oscar Mabuyane and so much more in the ANC Eastern Cape. A very good afternoon to you, Samkele. After many delays, we saw those those election results being announced. Tell us what else happened.
Essentially, Oscar Mabuyane has been re-elected as the provincial chairperson of the ANC here in the Eastern Cape, receiving 812 votes. Mlungisi Mvoko has been re-elected as the deputy chairperson. Lulama Ngcukayitobi re-elected as the provincial secretary, and also Helen August re-elected as the deputy provincial secretary. And then we've got Zolile Williams, who's been elected as the provincial treasurer of the province, taking over from Babalo Matigizela, who was unable to defeat Oscar Mabuyane for the provincial chairperson position. So in essence, those leaders of the ANC and the officials have been elected. The PEC additional members have also been nominated in plenary. As you can see right now, the delegates are going to have lunch, and after lunch they will be coming back to receive the input of the closing remarks of this conference by the ANC President Cyril Matamela Ramaphosa, who is said to be on his way here to the Eastern Cape.
We saw that there were many delays in the run-up to that announcement, perhaps some challenges also in making sure that the proceedings went well, and even after the results were announced, pleas for there to be quiet and order. Just describe how the entire conference was.
Essentially, the conference for the past 3 days had been deadlocked on the issue of credentials, which were evidently adopted last night at about 11:30, and that's when nominations started to begin on the issue of credentials, and they ultimately adopted those specific credentials, and they nominated the leaders whom ultimately slugged it out throughout the night for the position of a provincial chairpersonship in the province, where Oscar Mabuyane won the evening of the day. Here's Babalo Matigizela. Just going to ask him, Mr. Matigizela, just your response on the issue of the election. How are you feeling the way forward from here?
I feel happy that the conference is running smoothly, and we're about to conclude the conference. We'll be then from here supporting the leadership elected, making sure we have a united Eastern Cape. We support them in the renewal project, and we will be calling for all our supporters, but they must rally behind the leadership. After tomorrow, the conference will be over.
What then happens to you going forward? Do you then unite around the current leadership? What then goes on going towards the December elective conference of the ANC, particularly knowing the divisions that have existed in the province? And are you happy that you were able to avoid the festival of chairs?
Look, there were no divisions in the province. That's what I've been saying. But it's just preferences with conference. That is why there was a festival of ideas. That is why there was no sign of violence. I mean, for almost 2 days, we were debating. So we will be supporting the leadership, and going to December, we are still committed to what we've been saying. But we'll try to rally everyone to support the president that we said we'll be supporting.
When you look at how he's coming here this evening to address and to close this specific conference, should he call a meeting between yourselves and Oscar Mabuyane, both perspectives, to come together, discuss and reunite and sort out the differences that you'll had going towards this conference? Would you be willing for such an engagement?
Look, there were no differences. Branches having different preferences does not translate to differences. And I don't think the president can do that. I will subject myself to the leadership of the province elected. So there'll be no need for him to, from here, we'll dismantle caucuses, we'll dismantle lobby groups. We support the leadership. So I will not be a leader of the faction. I'll subject myself to the leadership that has been elected.
Would you support any court challenge to challenge this conference?
I will never be part of that thing. I will never support it.
When it comes to the issues of deployment, you've been considering for quite some time to leave government. Are you ultimately going to take that decision, or are you going to stay on?
No, definitely I'll be leaving government.
So you are definitely resigning as an MEC.
Definitely, I will leave government, but I will have to engage the leadership that has been deployed on the timing and the how part of it. But I will be leaving government.
Roughly, what's your time frame of leaving government?
No, I'll have to engage. I was deployed by the ANC. I've been indicating for the past 2 years to the leadership that I'm pleading with them to release me. I'll still engage them, but definitely I will be leaving government.
So you're going back to business full time?
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Babalo Matigizela. You can go through to your next interview. Him saying that he's definitely leaving government and he is going to be engaging the leadership of the ANC that has been elected here now. Then you've got Zolile Williams, who is a municipal manager in Ngcukayitobi, who's also going to be resigning as an MM. One wonders if Babalo Matigizela leaves government, leaves the legislature, then it paves the way for Zolile Matthews to come in as a member of the provincial legislature and ultimately to be a member of the executive, which tells you that there's definitely going to be a cabinet reshuffle in the province.